Hello, I'm on this really intense mindfulness kick. I'm really feeling like this is it. For years now, I've been trying to find what I call the foundation of health. I started out on this really strict diet, and when that started to cause me problems, I started looking more and more and more for whatever the next layer down was. I went from diet to movement. I got really into movement, and I went from movement to sleep, and then I went from sleep to relationships, and now I went from relationship with others to relationship with myself, and now I've got all the way down to just bottom. I think maybe there's another layer below, but what seems to be the bottom layer of it all is mindfulness. That's the foundation, and learning to be like a Buddha every day, present in the moment, as Jon Kabat-Zinn would say, wherever you go, there you are. So that seems very simple in principle, but it's actually very difficult in practice. So meditating every day, we call that a meditation practice because you're practicing for being mindful throughout the day. A couple quick techniques I've been using to be more mindful during the day, be more present in my body. One of them is just to take notice of visual details. Throughout the day, I'm just making it a habit of looking at all the details that I normally just brush over. Like my car steering wheel has all these weird little grooves and wrinkles in it that I never really noticed before. And if I really wanted to spend time with it, I could spend like hours looking at all the little tiny nuances of these wrinkles on my steering wheel. And just paying attention to that throughout the day. Another one is touch, using tactile touch to pull yourself out of your mind and into the present moment. I'll just touch a surface like this phone. I'll just rub my fingers on it, and I'll feel the sensation in my fingers and try to fully make that's my mantra. Like if I was meditating, I was focusing my breath, or I was focusing on the words that I was repeating over and over. The touch can be like a mantra, and those sensations on your fingers, if you use it in conjunction with mindfulness, can be enough to pull you out of those crazy loops that we all end up in. Here in the West, we are obsessed with our own thoughts. We think that voice rambling on in our head is us. The talking monkey in my mind, as I like to call it. That's not me. I'm not a talking monkey. I'm more than that. So are you. But that talking monkey, here in the West, we put a lot of importance on that monkey, and we say that it is as high as you can go, rational, reductionist thinking, all this great stuff. But non-thinking, I think non-thinking is where the true inner revolution lies, because so much of what we experience as being real isn't real. So much of what we experience being real is just the fabrications in our mind. It's the stories we've come up with that we tell ourselves. It's the memories that may or may not be accurate that we're still using to determine day-to-day actions. A great example of this is you could have someone you knew in high school who was a total dick to you, and you may have this idea in your head that this person's a total dick. It could be 20 years since you graduated high school, and then you run into that person, and you could still be convinced that person's a total dick. Because in your head, you've created a neural connection between this person and being a dick. You've created a truth in your head that is not necessarily true. And we all have probably trillions of so-called truths in our head that are basically just bullshit. And so we get caught up in these cycles, we get pulled down these rabbit holes of thinking where we're like, the other day, I convinced myself that someone I work for, I do a number of odd jobs, someone I work for wasn't happy with me, and I was worried I might lose my job. And I'd worked myself up into this whole frenzy about, oh no, he's probably disappointed about this thing that I didn't do a good job on, and he hasn't returned my calls, I bet you he's upset, oh no, I hope everything's gonna be okay, I gotta find a new job, oh no, where am I gonna work? If I don't have a new job, I may have to move out, where am I gonna live? If I can't find a job, I can't find a place to live, oh my god, I'm gonna be back in my car, what am I gonna do? You just create these rabbit holes. You just go down, and it's just once you go down them, it's very hard to pull yourself back up. So the key is to not go down those holes in the first place. And the best strategy I've found so far is just being mindful. I described the visual tactic, the visual technique for staying mindful, looking at the details that you would normally ignore and appreciate them. Perhaps fill your home with some inexpensive artwork that has got lots of details in it, and just take time every day to look at that. Find something new in that painting you've never seen before. The other one was tactile touch, touching a surface and feeling the sensation. Sometimes I'll just rub my fingers together and just really focus on that tiny little feeling. And that's my meditation. I can just pull me out of whatever stupid shit's going on in my head in a moment's notice by just rubbing my fingers together. It's really crazy. You can always go back to the breath. The breath is always something you can do as well. I've also been doing sort of this like waking naming technique where I'll just say what I'm thinking. You know, if I notice fear coming up, I'll say, oh, I'm noticing that I have anxiety right now about my health conditions. Or if I'm concerned about money, I might say, I'm noticing, you know, when you catch the thought, you say, I'm noticing that I'm worried about money right now. If I find myself worried about the worst case scenario with money, I might say, I'm noticing that right now I am thinking based on a belief that the worst case scenario has already happened. You know, little things like that. Just point out the talking monkey when he's talking. Don't become the talking monkey. Acknowledge that the monkey's talking. Listen to what it has to say, and then move on. Don't become the monkey. Escape from the prison of your skull. That is the ultimate freedom that we can all hope for. Escaping from the freedom of ourselves, freedom of our skull. Just like the ultimate power is self-empowerment. The ultimate dominance is self-dominance. The ultimate control is self-control. The ultimate freedom is freedom from yourself. That's it. It's a beautiful rainy day in beautiful Northern California. Thank you all for watching my really low quality but very passionate videos. I hope that you enjoy it.